Welcome one and all. We're going to be looking at a few megalithic statues today. There's a few here in the woods and I'm going to go ahead and show them to you real quick. This one is the bird with the bird head on the top. You can see how the beak is carved out facing to the left. And if you look on the left hand side there, you can see how the neck, just really able to see the top of it right here. Then there's a really excellent one right here that's carved and polished. It's hard to believe the size of these, but you can see how these are just giant versions of the small things. Look how smooth and the way that's carved. There's also face stones and things. There's one right there on the ground, a pretty nice one actually. But what I really want to show you guys is this section right here. There's a few more, and the one that we just recently drew out with the goose with its head behind its back is depicted right here. And so this is a really good example of them because it's so huge. But you can see how the head and how the beak is recessed right there, laying on top of the back. And that's the head right here, coming back. And that's the body of the bird, and you can see the tail. See how the feathers, the ripples for the feather? So it's just a giant version of that same one that we just drew out on the Ancient American Women introduction. So looking really closely at the carvings and the curves, you can see how it's a giant bird. Those of you guys who have been following along and studying the art are gonna find that this is pretty impressive. This thing weighs probably 3,000 pounds, maybe even more. We're not sure how far deep it goes. But there's some really neat stones here, and we'll explore this area some more. But I'm seeing some of the same memes here. This looks like maybe some of them were set into a line, or maybe they were carved in place. However, it's hard to see what exactly everything is, but you can see some of the motifs popping out, I'm sure. This one right here is great. So thanks for joining me.